Okay, so this is for Scorpio rising or sun, Scorpio sun, but I recommend that you listen for Scorpio rising. It's okay either way. This is basically July 12th through July 18th, but what I really want to focus on is July 12th, 13th, and 14th, because there's a large, very important situation happening in the sky that's kind of dominating this week, and it's more important to focus on this. So, what is that? It's the Venus Mars conjunction in Leo. So, Venus is, well, Mars is the god of war and of maybe fighting or strife or will, how you go out and get things. And Venus is this goddess of love, beauty, pleasure, how you find pleasure in the world, values. It could be money, but it's what you find pleasurable or beautiful in the world. Both of them coming together is like is a good thing, and especially in the place of Leo being a place of outward, showy, prideful, individual, and just more playful energy. Venus and Mars coming together is more of a time of blending of opposites, like a masculine, feminine coming together, or a synthesis of will and desire, or the yin and the yang coming together. It could also be a feeling of like compromise or reconciliation. Like I had a deep feeling of like forgiveness the other night of just these two completely different opposites. They might not even have to do with something within you. It could deal with others that you're dealing with in your life or ideas out in the world. But this idea of masculine, feminine, the archetypes coming together, blending and working together, that's a very big thing that's happening right now. Why is it so big? It is very big because we have just had a time of like Mars coming through alone in Leo, kicking up a lot of crap in certain areas. So for Scorpio risings, that was the area of the 10th house. So that's your career or what you do out in the world, how people know you as, your reputation. And so it's like, Mars going through that place in the past, since last end of June into definitely that first week of July, kicking up all this stuff, aggressive energy, kind of fighting energy, strife, some types of breakdowns of anger, and Venus has just come through that place to kind of calm it down and be a healing balm of sorts. But it was kind of not enough. Now we're having this conjunction between both of them, a little bit not on that exactly on that degree, but very close by. And them coming together is sort of like, okay, let's take the high road here. I can be the bigger person. How are we going to heal this? Let's actually make real compromise. Let's heal the strife that has occurred. The action to attain the desire, the synthesis of the will and the values or the desire, and bringing that together in your 10th house of your reputation, of how people see you out in the world, of your career. The other areas that have been kicked up by this, all the Leo energy coming through, that kind of got the brunt of like being messed with, was the 7th house of relationships or partners, a one-on-one thing, and also the 4th house of home and family and living situation. All of that has been kind of probably kicked up and in the spotlight in not a comfortable way. But right now I feel that this Mars Venus coming together is a turning point of sorts. Kind of in the year. I mean, it is big on its own. Venus, Mars coming together, great. And it's in your 10th, great. That's big. It's a career, how people see you out in the world. But I feel like there's another key here that needs to be looked at. And that is because this is exactly at the degree sextile to what the last eclipse that we had was in Gemini. That was the last eclipse, June 10th. Around June 9th, 10th, 11th, things that were happening then, I would see them being kind of maybe a little feather in the cap of what is happening now. It doesn't have to be monumental, but just a little, oh, that's weird. Something from then came back around to kind of help turn this key, like a little sweetness to help turn the key from that June 10th, 9th, 10th, 11th time. It's significant to me. That was a huge eclipse. It was ending the eclipses that we've had basically for the past year. It was one of the last ones we've had to close out that eclipse series, and it's exactly sextile to this Mars-Venus conjunction. That tells me something. I'm not overlooking that. That's like pretty bizarre. And then I would say, just taking it forward from here, if you want to look at things happening August 9th, 10th, 11th, things that would happen then to also kind of cap off something from now, being a little bit extra helpful there. It's that same degree being kicked up again. And at that time, the sun will be going through it. So I would maybe just keep an eye out for things around that time, things that might have correlated to now, might have correlated to the June 10th, 11th time frame, and how that's going to move you forward, because this Venus-Mars stuff in Leo is kind of this key right now at this time of year, turning things forward. We're going from the last eclipses in the Gemini Sagittarius area to the Scorpio Taurus eclipses that are going to be happening starting November, all of next year. So this is important. And there's more to go into with that. We will have Mars going into Scorpio later. I won't go into that. But I would definitely be looking at this as not just, oh, it's happening in my 10th of career. Oh, and it's also probably synthesizing things that have been problematic in the 4th of home, family, living situation, ancestry, and the 7th of relationships, partners, but a bigger key to what is coming forward. Because I feel like a lot of us are on this bridge right now from old life to new life, or one level to the next level. How do I get there? I don't know. I'm not really ready to leave the old life or the old level yet, but I desperately need to get to this other one. And I feel that this point in time that we're all living through right now is kind of a, it's the key that we kind of need to look at going forward, of helpful energy to get us off the bridge from the one to the next. And we're going to be really moving into that next area once we get those eclipses really starting November, in the Taurus area of your 7th house of partnerships and one-on-one relationships. So that's what I have for today with this. Did I cover everything? Yes. I'm trying to keep it a little short, but still these are long-ish videos for just, a 1 week kind of one transit thing. But I think it's a big transit because of what I said, the transitional kind of nature of it, that key bringing you from one level to the next. So I hope that helped, and I will be back next week.